What I would like to ask you first is how is the Saudi banking sector evolving? How do you see it transforming these last few years?
Mostly the financial sector in general in Saudi is changing dramatically, catalyzed by the whole Vision 2030, which has the financial development program underneath it, which is pushing the boundaries to a totally next level, pushing the banks, laying down the foundation for more and more fintechs to come into this market, because this market has a great potential across its targeted segment. And that's why there's a big opportunity out there for all the banks and the small businesses to go into this financial sector.
And when you look more specifically at fintech, what are some of the strongest trends that you can observe in the Saudi market? What are some of the products and services that can work best in Saudi?
Usually the fintechs, when they all started in Saudi, they started looking at just the payment side. So they're all disrupting the payments and all of that. But now that has evolved because they're all moving towards where the benefit is and where the potential is, which is really on the micro and the SMEs segment. And this is where we see fintechs moving towards that area by building some marketplaces, places like supply chain finance, giving certain lending propositions, starting with point of sale and payments. So this is where all the new trends are happening within that. And having said that, even now banks are really jumping into that, because previously there was like a focus on retail only and the big corporates, and there was that segment that was always left behind, and this is why fintech jumped into that. Now you see all the banks shifting towards that, and given again Vision 2030, which focuses on growing that kind of segment and supporting it, because that's a big chunk of the economy that needs to be taken to the next level.
And you, at your bank, what is your approach to fintech? In the sense, do you want to grow it in-house with your own R&D, or do you favor partnerships with entrepreneurs and fintechs? How do you see this?
Great question, because we're doing both. So on one side, actually we're doing a couple of vectors. So the first vector is to digitize the bank, to perfect every kind of product and service that the bank is doing, with definitely a frictionless customer experience that everyone it's really becoming the differentiated factor now, because all the banks are going to the same product and services. So it's all about the customer experience nowadays. So that's on the bank side. Another side is how we partner with certain fintechs, given that they have certain products or services or innovations that we can, through them, give it to our clients. So we're doing that. But yet at the same time, we're building a whole new digital vector within, owned by the bank, but running on its own. So it's like we're having a new bank under the group of the bank, so it can go to a certain niche segment with certain disruptive kind of product and services. So we're taking actually all three levels of digitization from that aspect.
And lastly, when you partner with a fintech, what are the qualities you look for?
Uh, it's really the product. So what is that thing that we can co-create if it's not available yet, or leverage if they have it already and it's showing some traction in the market. So that's how we assess it. And definitely there are certain risks that needs to be taken on these fintechs, especially if there are small ones. But the bank here, since it's really a bank that looks on the nation, so we even support these fintechs to grow even further, and that's why we on one side give them the capital to grow, and on the other side we work with them to make them grow.